A Florida woman was told by the police that she cannot dress up as a building for Halloween. A Florida school board member is receiving death threats from all over the country. A Florida woman crashed a party and exposed her private parts to some children. And a Florida teacher is charged with child abuse days after being named Teacher of the Year. These are the weird stories for Friday, and they're all from Florida. That's right, baby. Because on Weird AF News, the only daily weird news podcast hosted by a comedian, we do Florida Fridays, baby. All the weird news this week from the state of Florida, our favorite place, a place that we just want to, not actually go, but admire from afar. A Florida woman was told by the police that she cannot dress up as a building for Halloween. I don't know why you'd want to be a building for Halloween. That sounds like a very lame costume. Unless you light yourself on fire as well, that's pretty cool. I'm a burning building. Hey, who wants to dance? Yeah, I'll dance with you. Just back it up a little bit. Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno. This story takes place in Hollywood, Florida. Did you know there's a Hollywood, Florida? I'd imagine it's nothing like the Hollywood that I have, except for there's probably a lot of people missing teeth in both of those places. A South Florida woman says that she was warned by the local police that she can't wear this particular Halloween costume to the Halloween ball. It's a costume that's designed exactly like a condominium building project. I'm looking at this photo of her and the costume. It's ridiculous. Why you would wear this. By the way, it looks very uncomfortable. I don't know how you're going to dance, lady. Now, there's some politics behind this whole thing. Apparently, this condominium building project is one that this woman and other local citizens are opposing in the area, and they, in fact, have protested this building in the past. The police said that if you show up dressed as this building, we will consider this not a Halloween costume, but actually a protest, and you're going to need a permit. Now, the event was called Hollywood's Hollyweird Halloween Block Party, and it occurred on Saturday night. Prior to the event, Kat Uden urged people on Facebook who were opponents of this condominium development to also wear a costume like hers, a costume designed like a condo building, or to bring signs that say no condo to the Halloween block party. That was when she got the initial call from the local police after they saw her post, because the police are all over Facebook these days. This is how they're solving crimes, apparently. Kat told the police that reached out to her that she did not apply for a demonstration permit because this is a costume party and not a demonstration. A police spokesperson replied that she's going to need a permit if she plans a protest march at this Halloween party. It's very strange. And the penalty for protesting at the Halloween party is $500 or 60 days in jail. Ooh, did she wear the building or not? I love it. They're all over this. Meanwhile, you could probably just show up to a Florida Halloween block party half naked with a needle hanging out of your arm, and the police will say nothing. Now, they reached out to a constitutional law professor about this situation. This guy, Bob, says that Kat had a right to wear this costume since doing so is protected by the First Amendment. Yeah, as you expected. Well, did she wear it to the party? Reports are that yes, indeed. Not only did Kat wear her condominium costume, but 6 of her friends followed through on the plan, and they wore condo building costumes to the block party without an issue. There's an issue. The issue is you're uncomfortable and you can't dance at this party. I see what it is. One woman actually showed up with a no condo sign, but no one was arrested. The block party was respected as a freedom of speech, and fun was had by all, according to Kat's Facebook page. It was a great event. She says that she plans to hold on to this costume and wear it in case they have a demonstration in the future. Oh, good for you, Kat. I'm glad you had a nice Halloween. You sound like a lot of fun. A Florida school board member took students to an LGBTQ-friendly restaurant and is now receiving death threats. Florida school board member Sarah Lenardi found a letter from Grand Rapids, Michigan, in her mailbox on Wednesday. She opened it. It was a standard piece of printer paper. A screenshot of a tweet that she posted last week was blown up on the paper. And underneath, the stranger who found her home address had written a warning. It said, Degenerates like you should be in jail. Sarah says this isn't the only death threat she's received. In addition, she's gotten some vulgar harassment. This is all after chaperoning a field trip to a very popular LGBTQ-friendly community restaurant in the area. Sarah accompanied students from Wilton Manors Elementary School to a place called Rosie's Bar and Grill. Oh, that sounds lovely. Rosie's Bar and Grill, which has actually hosted the students on field trips for a handful of years. So this wasn't like a first-time thing. No, they've been going to Rosie's Bar and Grill for good times for a long time. The children probably enjoy it and look forward to it every year. The trip is organized to help students have a good time, but also learn more about interacting with your community and your local businesses. Parents had to sign a permission slip. The students even got their own special kids menu to order from, which didn't include any of the restaurant's innuendo-laden menu names. So it sounds like this event was on the up and up on all facets. Sounds like a great time to me. Unfortunately, after Sarah posted some photos of the trip on Twitter, saying that the students had a fun time and learned a lot about their community, she immediately received very, very harsh backlash. Sounds like from all around the country, possibly the world. In the past week, she's received abusive and threatening phone calls, text messages, and emails. Well, how the hell are they getting your phone number, lady? What are you doing? Just giving that out? Be smart, Sarah. Don't be giving out your phone number, all right? Some of the abuse, she says, has been very graphic and sexist, urging her to kill herself or even threatening sexual violence on her. Others are death threats. One person accused her of being a pedophile. Wow, this is just ridiculous. This is called dumb. That's why. There's too many dumb people out there. Somebody wrote her a message on social media. You take my kid to a gay bar, you'll have to answer with Mr. 9mm. You take my kid to a gay bar. Yeah, your kid wouldn't be brought because you wouldn't have signed off on the permission slip because you're a narrow-minded piece of you-know-what. Take my kid. Hey, you gonna take kids to the gay bar? You gonna turn them gay? What do you think this is? You gonna turn them gay? Don't turn gay. Take my 9mm. Wow, the dumbest people also have guns. I'm frightened! Now, Sarah says that the backlash hasn't been from her own local community members, which have actually been rallying around her, the school, and the restaurant. Instead, this abuse has come from people outside the community, apparently angry because they baselessly think that Sarah is trying to push some agenda. Are you trying to make the kids gay? Is that what you're trying to do? Well, next thing you know, you're going to take the kids to a Patriots game, and then they're going to be Patriots fans. We can't have that. Those Patriots fans are annoying, all right, with them stupid accents, stupid Tom Brady. I realize Tom Brady's not on the Patriots anymore. He is now the ultimate Florida man. A Florida woman crashed a party and then exposed herself to the children. Not the children. These poor children don't have a chance in Florida. A woman in Pensacola is charged with lewd and what, guys? Say it with me. Lascivious behavior. We love lewd and lascivious behavior. And Florida does too. Florida embraces it. There's more lewd and lascivious behavior in Florida than any place in the world, is my guess. Okay, this woman is charged with the lasciviousness after she crashed a backyard party. She wasn't invited, clearly. She didn't bring her own BYOB. Everybody knows that. BYOB, lady, what are you doing? Worse than that, she exposed herself to some children. The arrest report claims that Susan Dill, D-I-L-L, like the pickle, age 53. Oh, it's a 53-year-old Florida woman. I don't want expositions from a 53-year-old Florida woman with last name Dill. Susan went to a get-together that was held in a backyard this week. It says here that Susan actually knew the victims through, I love how they call them victims. Well, they are technically victims. Victims of seeing your awful private parts. That's what they're victims of. The trauma, the horror. She knew the victims through family ties, the arrest report states. One victim told the investigating deputy that Susan Dill immediately became belligerent and exposed her breasts to the children at this get-together. When the victim and others at the get-together asked her to please stop exposing her breastises because children were present, she pulled down her pants. She wasn't done. I will see your breasts, and I will raise you a dilapidated Florida vagina. Susan Dill will not be mocked. Susan Dill exposed herself provocatively. It wasn't just an exposition. It says here she grabbed her exposed genitals and yelled that she would... Oh, my God. I can't believe what she yelled. Oh, boy. This is over the top. She yelled that she would F-word the children. Like all the children at the party. Wow, lady. How? This is the worst. These poor kids now. It's just so much therapy is needed. It says here a total of 4 Florida children are going to be needing the therapy, and they're probably going to have backyard party PTSD for the rest of their lives. You like podcasts? You're listening to my podcast. Maybe you thought to yourself, I'd like to make a podcast. Too difficult. No, not with Anchor. Anchor has free creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast from your phone or your computer. Anchor distributes your podcast to Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, and more. They have advertising integration, so you can even make a little money off your podcast. Everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. And good luck with your podcast. Good luck with your creation. Good luck with your life, man. A Florida teacher is charged with child abuse days after being named Teacher of the Year. It's a theme here, guys. Just Florida women gone wild. This story is out of Jacksonville, Florida. A Florida teacher was charged with child abuse against a student just 2 days after being named a Teacher of the Year at the school. Caroline Lee is facing a felony child abuse charge following her arrest this week. She was arrested after calling a student into her classroom to speak privately, allegedly striking the female student in the face. How do you go from being named Teacher of the Year to striking a student in the face? Just seems like this stock really crashed, didn't it? Lee denied physically harming the student. She told the police officer she only wanted to speak to the student in private. Yet Lee is accused of hitting a girl who has not been named in the face, causing her nose to bleed. This was after the student reportedly questioned Lee's appropriateness for the actual honor of Teacher of the Year. And it sounds to me like this student was spot on. Now, it says here that one of the reasons why the students were questioning whether or not Lee should have been named Teacher of the Year, it says here she was accused of saying the N-word in class. Hey. Wow. The Florida public education, guys. What is going on down there? The poor kids. Now, the principal, named Tyrus, who seems to have some poor judgment when it comes to doling out awards, sent out a statement to the community saying, "It is very disappointing, but I am compelled to share with you that one of our teachers was arrested on campus for some child abuse. Even more disappointing, the teacher arrested is our recent Teacher of the Year nominee." He actually said this in the statement. I would leave that part out, sir, because that makes you look stupid as well. Just keep it the first part. Don't tell them that you actually believe this teacher should be the best teacher named at your school this year. An investigation into the situation is said to be ongoing, and Lee has since been removed from the school and will not return pending the outcome of the findings. Well, at least she got her little reward. She can put it on her mantle. Right next to the blood that she shed. I guess the only thing crazier would be if she actually beat the student down with the Teacher of the Year award. That would be... that's what movies are made of, guys. If you ain't nasty, don't at me. Hey, everybody. At me, baby. At me. Hey. At me this weekend. Do it. I'm on Twitter at FunnyJones and Instagram at FunnyJones. Give me a follow, and you can see what I'm up to. Nothing crazy. Just trying to be a person in the world. That's all. I want to thank everybody for sending me Florida stories straight off the bat. You can always send me stuff to funnyjones@gmail.com. A couple stories sent on Twitter as well. That was very helpful and very appreciative. So thank you, guys. That helps me with my Florida Friday due diligence, Thankfully, there's a lot of weird news coming out of Florida, a lot of crazy stuff. And so it's I usually have a lot of choices when it comes to choosing Florida Friday articles, which is a good thing. It's a good problem to have, actually. I hope you're having a nice weekend, or you had one, or you're about to have one, as I always say. If you'd like to support my show because over the weekend you think to yourself, hey, this is bringing some value to my life. You know, I listen to it every day or watch it every day on the YouTube, whatever it is that you do. And I'd like to support Jonesy because he should be paid like CNN after all, shouldn't he? Yeah, shouldn't. Oh, yeah, I only can dream of that. Well, you can support me by going to the Patreon, patreon.com/weirdafnews. You can support the show by buying Jonesy a cup of coffee a month. Pretty cool. Or you can go to weirdafnews.com and join by clicking the Patreon banner there. Or you can buy me a cup of coffee straight off the website as well. Click on Buy Jonesy a Coffee. You can make a small little donation to my coffee fund. You can do all that at weirdafnews.com. There's a lot of other stuff on there. And if you join the Patreon, you get extra Weird AF content. Don't forget about that. I put stuff in there every week. There's piles and piles of extra weird content. It would take you weeks and weeks to get through it all. So consider and know that regardless, I love you. I'm going to publish some calls because the Florida man reached out to me.
Oh, Jones, you got to take it easy on that there, John Paul Cartucci. That ain't even a haunted house. He's just a little embarrassed, man. He got a lot of poor structures on his property, and he might have came across a couple of winning scratch tickets, you know what I mean, from somebody out of town, dropped them off at his home. But yeah, when people will say, "Hey, man, you got like some little dilapidated farm animals and whatnot on you got some type of haunted house going on over there," and he's like, just took $5,000. It's Jonesy, that's a false story. That man don't even have $5,000. That ain't a haunted house. That ain't a haunted house. That's just a place where him and his friends throw beer cans. You know what I mean, Jonesy? All right. Like a rock. My Chevy does burnt at the Taco Bell like a rock. Anyway, Jonesy, I tried to sing. I've been told in the past not to sing. I know. But I just like to tell that Matthew Faulkner, that will not fly at the BK. When you are working for the king and a fool shows up at that hour, trying to pass off a taco as an identification. Now I don't remember. Does Burger King still sell tacos? I don't know. I ain't made one in some time. But I'll tell you what, Jonesy, that just does not fly. You do not burn your Chevy Silverado at the drive-through at the Taco Bell. You damn sure don't go anywhere near Burger King when you're in that type of mood, because the king will send all the horses and all his men. He will throw you out again. All right, thank you, Jonesy. Now, Jonesy, I understand that a dog fight, a human fight, broke out at a dog show. Now, all I can picture is like a bunch of dogs standing around like the squared circle with cigars, like one of them type of pool playing pictures from back in the day, when they're playing cards and the dogs and stuff, and they're just betting on humans. I know there's a Michael Vick joke in here somewhere. I just am not as smart as the average fella to come up with it. Maybe those dogs, I don't know. I mean, is there, all right.